I am going to demonstrate today iris on a piece of Fabriano paper. I brought the flowers and I'll have them set up here so we can look at them. They got a little drenched with the rain, but I think they'll still work. I paint them to wet my paper all over. Then I want to do some washes in the background that are wet and to wet, which means I'm going to put down a wash and then put some other color into that wash. I'm putting down some cool chromium kind of yellow. Since we have purple iris and brown iris, we probably want to use some yellow. It's a complement of purple, so it makes a good background color. I'll probably add some green in these stems. Some of this may begin to wash a little bit. That's all right. I'm going to add a little green. I'm going to go around this bloom. Now I'm just adding some accent directional kind of movement with some lighter washes just to give an atmospheric feeling in the background. Now I'm using the point end of this brush to make a nice strong line to emphasize where the petals of the greenery are. The first thing I'm going to do with this iris is to do its center orange lip, its little bright lip, and I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush than I was using and go into this and make it good and strong. Add some more wash. I'm going to dry my brush off with my Kleenex a little bit and pick up some of these wet spots so that they don't run off the page. Now this iris up here needs some center parts too. It has its hairy little beard right in here. I'm just going to suggest it. Now iris are interesting because they have these beautiful leaf-like shapes that are on the outside. Then they have these little, almost like little lip places that are in between. That's a little bigger than I wanted, however. Now, this one down here. Now, while these are still wet, I'm going to go in with a wash and kind of pick up the edges and make the petal, and it's going to run. So we're just going to quickly pick it up with our Kleenex. Now I'm going back with a little deeper color into this wash. And I want to leave some of these white areas because if you look at iris, they have some nice little white veins that occur up near the middle of the iris petal. I usually try to make my brush stroke, one brush stroke work. I try not to make lots of little brush strokes. One stroke of it to reproduce what I'm trying to do, which is this lovely, soft, very transparent iris. They are very soft looking. Now some of that's running down into here, but I don't think that's a problem. I'm going to add just a little water in there and make this just a little bit lighter. Now it's all run down here, so I'm going to go pick some of that up. Do the other side of this. And its stem goes into, and they have kind of a little wrapping that goes around before they go into the stem. So we want to kind of get some of that going on. I'm using a light wash again up here. And now that my nice soft background is dry, my brush strokes that I'm doing stand out nicely against the rest of it. Now the purple, and my background is dry, so we get a nice strong edge. And the same on the other side. These are the two outer, there are three outer parts to the iris. So this that I'm doing right this very moment is the back side. And I'm going to leave this little lip tongue-like area and come back and accentuate it. Now I'm going to put in some of this yellow lip that comes out of the iris. And you can see it here. And just a little bit of this one on this side. The same with this one. The center is right here, and you got the lip coming out here. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to use some of the manganese blue with a touch of the purple in it and get a slightly, little bit different color of purple. And I'm going to push and pull my brush around. Now you could spend a lot longer, since everything's pretty much in middle range. I think I'll try a few dark accents. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration. We've taken this to the beginnings of the painting, and I put it in a mat so you can kind of see what it'll develop to be. It's a half-sheet watercolor with 15 by 22, and it's very, very enjoyable painting.